Joel Barkin is the Vice President of Communications for the United Indian Nation. Karen Ramirez is the VP of Hospitality, and they're both on the line here with us this morning. Joel and Karen, good morning, guys.
Good morning to both of you.
Well, we're glad to hear that there's news of opening. The Turning Stone Resort and Casino will be reopening coming up on June the 10th. So, Joel, I'll start with you. Can you just go through the specifics around this,
Sure.
The opening of?
Yeah, and I think, I want to give a little context. As you will recall, you were one of the first places we talked to right after we temporarily closed, which was we were the first casino in upstate New York to actually announce that we would temporarily be closing because of the pandemic. And subsequent to that, and over the course of the last few months, we've been working very hard to develop a reopening plan, which is why we have Karen Ramirez on with today, who's really been heading up that effort and monitoring all of the state statistics that they've been putting out every day. And I think most importantly, coordinating with local officials, with the county, with both Madison County, Oneida County, and sharing with them our plan, incorporating their input into our plan, making sure it's really a regional approach. Obviously, first and foremost, our concern is safety of our employees, safety of our guests, and safety of our community.
Yeah.
And what we've put forward for June 10th, and I want to be very clear, the decision by Mr. Halbritter, Ray Halbritter, the CEO, and Nation leadership to open in mid-June was precisely because it allows us to continue to monitor how the reopening is developing and adjust our plan accordingly.
Okay. What will be different, Karen?
Some of the venues will not open in phase one.
Okay.
Some of the large ones, like we won't have any concerts in the event center or in the showroom. Our nightclub venues, Exit 33, won't open. Our buffet won't open. Some of those that draw large sections of people and where we don't feel that we're ready to handle that at this time, to Joel's point that we're trying to keep it regional and we don't want to bring in people from the outside.
Yeah.
To that end, I think it's important, we will have we are limiting the guests who travel from within 120 miles.
Oh, okay.
Which is very significant, obviously. And I think it will look different. It will have, when you come in there, it's not going to look the same as everyone's going to be wearing face covering, including employees, including guests. There are going to be people with gloves on who will deal with, Karen could speak to that some more, but, it will certainly, our standards won't change, but it will look different than what people have come to expect when they're in our property.
Interesting. Okay.
Joel, have you also taken steps to remove some of your video games or slot machines and distance them?
So we will, on the gaming floor, we have a number, and Karen can speak to some of the steps that we've taken on the gaming floor, but there will be significant changes in terms of, what face covering and gloves and Karen and some of our sanitation process. Maybe Karen, you could speak to that a bit.
Yes, and so we've enhanced our current policies and procedures that we do for cleaning. And as Joel said, everyone will be in face coverings, as well as the dealers will have gloves on. So anytime they handle something that would go to a guest, they're going to have gloves on. Mm-hmm. And we will suspend beverage service on the gaming floor as well.
Okay.
So and again, I'm just kind of trying to ask things that I'm wondering about, like even with blackjack or some of the card games, when you have multiple players, what's the anticipation there that hopefully the players are keeping their hands clean, but are there, every few hands there'll be...
There will be more hand sanitizer than one could humanly imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have the exact number that we've ordered.
Okay.
It'll be on every table.
And then we've also placed throughout the casino different areas where there will be hand sanitizer and then also wipes where a person, if they, sort of like when you go into a grocery store and you use the wipe to wipe down the cart before you touch them.
Yep.
While we will still have an enhanced team in there cleaning everything, a guest can certainly take a wipe and wipe it down before they sit down to make themselves feel more comfortable.
Now, is there a limit to the number of players per table?
There is not a limit, but because we will have the mandatory face covering policy, where there's where we, there isn't a face covering mandatory policy, like our restaurants, we have made some adjustments. Karen.
So I would ask you, Karen, on the what can you talk about what specifically will open in phase one? Will some of the restaurants open? Will the spa be opening? Some of the hotels?
All the hotels will open. The hotel, the tower, the inn, and the lodge. The only hotel that won't open is the one we newly acquired in February, which is Sandstone Hollow Inn.
Okay.
The Skana Spa will open, and it will again be opened with the physical distancing, and guests, when they're in the main public areas, will be required to wear a face mask, and as well the employees, but we will not be opening with facials or any type of work like that. We will do manicures, pedicures, hair, and massage. The restaurants, the steakhouse will open.
Okay, hold on one second, because I think we might have lost Joel. Andrew, he's on line one. Go ahead, Karen.
The steakhouse will open. Upstate Tavern will open. Emeralds will open. Pino's, the food hall, and Opals.
Okay.
So we'll have a wide selection to choose from. And as Joel said, it'll look a little different because we're having to remove tables to have that 6-foot physical distance between tables, which is recommended when you're not wearing a face covering.
Now, technically, this kind of falls into what, phase 2 or phase 3 that the county is doing. Is that correct?
Even beyond that, I think
even beyond that,
is 4.
Oh, that is 4. Okay, all right.
I believe.
So I'll bring Joel back in here. Joel, I have Mike in Utica with a quick question. Michael, you're on with Joel Barkin and Karen Ramirez from the Oneida Indian Nation. Go ahead.
Good morning. I just have a question regarding the shows, and I know that's going to be a ways out, but do you guys have an idea of when the shows? Because we have tickets to the Jeff Dunham show.
What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I believe that one has been canceled. Mike, was that the one? When was he in? Late July?
I think it was the end of July, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe that has been canceled.
Okay.
Now, are we going to get a refund with that?
Yes.
Okay.
You can call the box office and they can handle that. There's someone.
Oh.
They're not there every day, but if you leave a message, they can return your call.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Mike. Thanks.
I'm sorry. Restaurants are phase 3. I want to correct that.
Restaurants are phase 3.
Yes.
I would tell you that I almost feel like you were better off buying your tickets from directly through the box office, because in some of these shows, if you went through Ticketmaster, they're not offering refunds right now.
Is that right?
They are.
What, do you get a gift card?
You're struggling getting a refund.
Wow.
So you're going to be lucky if you purchase directly through the box office. Do you want to talk about that, Karen, at all?
You know what? I wasn't aware of that, so I can't really speak to that.
Yep. Okay.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't aware that Ticketmaster wasn't giving a refund. But
it is a.
I know we are.
It is a struggle. So if you went through the box office, good for you. What are you saying to me, Andrew?
Joel is on 3.
Joel is on 3 now. Okay. All right. Let's bring him back in. Joel, I have I have you back in here. So, all right. Just in conclusion.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
I think it is important, obviously, for this county in particular, that the leadership and coordination that Oneida County and Tony Pacenti have provided, as I mentioned earlier, has been really outstanding and has been a great partner in helping us do this in a way that puts health and safety first of the community, while understanding, as the largest employer in the county, we have a responsibility to our employees, to the businesses, and he has been with us sort of every step of the way in figuring out a viable plan to help make this happen in as safe way as possible. So we're grateful to the county and Tony for his leadership.
Andrew.
And then we had two people call up quickly that wanted to know, one, will the buffet ever open again? I'm hoping it will. And when? And the gym there at Turning Stone.
The gym at Turning Stone will open if you have a membership to it. It'll be with limited people, again, for the physical distancing, but that will open when we open on the 10th. And we have no opening date for the buffet.
Okay.
Yeah, I do wonder if things like buffets are going to be in jeopardy of being a part of the change with all of this that's going on. What about the golf courses? Are they open now?
Pleasant Knolls is open right now, and then on the 10th, Shenandoah will open.
Okay, all
and
right.
then we'll phase the other ones in, but on the 10th, Shenandoah will open.
All right. So
how many phases
How many phases are you guys looking at?
I'd say that it will be multiple phases, and some of that will be determined by events on the ground and how.
Yeah, as to how all this plays out going forward. So anything else you guys want to add? We're looking at June 10th for a reopening of the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. Anything else to add?
Yeah, I would just say, continue to check our website, social pages for updates. Obviously everything is very fluid, and I'm sure we'll be back on here talking as we get closer, giving some more details, but appreciate the opportunity.
All right, Joel and Karen, thank you guys for the update. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
All right, good luck out there. Have a great day, and have a safe weekend coming up here.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
It's 8:40 at WIBX. Coming up, we'll talk to Ryan Nobles from CNN.